Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Spectrum of Hurdles. I'm Shane,
And Ahmed.
and we're here today with Ms. Liz Sheppard, the proud owner of BeBe's and Liz's fashion experience in Winter Park, Florida. Hi, Miss Liz. How are you?
Hello. I'm wonderful. Thank you.
Good. Thank you for being here.
Oh, you're so welcome.
Yeah, and we have a couple questions for you,
Absolutely.
so be prepared.
Okay.
First, we just like to know a little bit of your background.
Well, I'm originally from Canada and I opened my store 45 years ago when I found out I was pregnant of a little baby boy a little later in life. And I couldn't find any clothes for a little baby boy. And I jokingly went home and said to my husband, "This town needs a baby store. I'm going to open one." And my husband, God bless his soul, said to me, "Why don't you?" Well, the next thing you know, I was in the baby business. Are you ready for this? Yes. All the vendors, they started laughing at me when I went to market in New York. And I told them, they'd ask, "How many square feet do you have?" 250. That's all I started with because that's all I could afford.
Right.
But anyways, the rest is history. I'm dressing third and fourth generation right now. And I opened a ladies store right next door to my children's store. And I love what I do.
Yes, we could tell, and thank you so much for all you do. You make beautiful outfits and beautiful hats.
Thank you.
We'll get to the hats eventually.
Sure, absolutely.
Yeah, so my question for you, I know that you have experienced a lot of loss in your lifetime.
Yes.
Can you please explain, like, what you did and what you do to overcome that loss?
Absolutely. Well, we can't control life, everybody. I mean, it is what it is, and the good Lord has other things in mind for us. And I never could quite figure out how I ended up in the children's business, but I knew He had a plan for me. At 19, I lost my son in a car accident, no fault of his own. He was so excited. I had gotten him a job with one of the people that shopped in my store. And I was very apprehensive. I did not like the vehicle they had given him. But, when they're 19 and they're young, he said, "Oh, Mom, you're being silly." But anyways, he was killed. 7 years prior to that, at 56, I lost my beautiful husband to brain and lung cancer. That in itself, I don't know. I mean, you lay down and you say, "Can I ever lift my head up again?" But, at that time, I had my two children to live for. I had my son and I had my daughter. 8 years ago, I lost my beautiful daughter to breast cancer. And I tell you what, my saving grace has been my stores. I know now, of course, without a doubt, that that's why God put me in this business. Every breath I take, every new person I meet, everybody really means something to me. I mean, I'm dressing third and fourth generation right now. I've had people come into my store with their babies, women with the babies in their bellies. And now that baby is pushing their baby into my store.
Wow.
Amazing.
And a lot of these little kids, they call me Auntie Liz or Grandma Liz. and I've had people say, "Aren't you offended that they're calling you Grandma Liz?" I go, "Are you kidding me?" I love it. I don't know what I would have done without the love and just of what I do and the people that I have met over 45 years.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a giver, not a taker.
Beautiful.
I've never, and I'll swear by this on the Bible, said no to anybody that's ever walked in my door and has wanted me to help with a charity, a church, or a school.
That's absolutely amazing. And one of the first things I noticed about you when I first met is your pride of your naturalness, your pride of being 70, your pride of being called grandma. And that's really missing. You see a lot of ladies these days trying to get Botox, trying to look like 30, trying to look like 40. You need to be proud of yourself. And we try to relay that to all people in the disabled community. Be proud of who you are. Be proud of all your talent. I've noticed that when people who lose their family, they gain strength in their passions to overcome that. Shane was photography. Mine may have been music, some other things, and I've noticed yours, as I said, is fashion. One question I do have is one of the myths in our community for autism is we're not very fashion savvy. I don't know if you see this gentleman right here. This
it's a lot going on.
Do you find it, and I don't know how many different people you've worked with disabilities, do you find it different working with them, for them, than basically people without disabilities?
I have to be honest, I haven't really noticed that.
Yeah.
I have a young lady that I work with in the pageant industry, and oh my God, she's unbelievable. The amount of things she's accomplished and done, and she dresses fabulous. Okay. Then I have a little fellow that I met when my son was like 3 years old. He's autistic. His parents own a great, big, huge, booming business here in Orlando. And I periodically go to lunch with him, and he calls me his girlfriend. He's the same age as my son would have been, 41 right now.
Wow.
And he he loves to mimic Elvis. Okay. He has a band and everything.
Really?
Honest to God. I mean, if you met this kid, he'd blow you away. He still to this day, when I call his mom, I go, "How's my boyfriend doing today?" Because he calls me his girlfriend, you know. But no, I've worked with many different people with different ailments, and I don't know. I've never got that feel. I want to dress them, and they want to be dressed, and they want to be in with the rest of the crowd.
Yep.
That's the way I feel.
Yeah, a lot of them don't know what the in is with the rest. They're socially, they're not sure exactly what, and that's where you come in. You can help them.
Yes, absolutely. I used to give this little guy, because I had just started my business then, and him, Gary is his name, and Andrew Cody, my son, used to play together as little fellas. And when Andrew Cody outgrew his clothes, he gave them to Gary. And and of course Andrew Cody always had the best of the best, you know, because I had a kid's store, you know. So Gary used to wear all Andrew Cody's things, and they were awesome, 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 awesome.
What I'd like to ask next, I'd like to hear more about this trip to Las Vegas you're taking.
Well, a year ago, July, I had this lovely lady come in my store. She was in town shopping, and she bought some things, and she started talking to me, and I'm a talker, as you can tell. Anyways, she said to me, "You need to enter my pageant." And I go, I said, "I dress all these beautiful young ladies." I said, "No, I don't want to enter a pageant." "Oh, yes, you should." She said, "I've been talking to you now for a while." She said, "I run Classic Universe." And she said, "It's in Las Vegas." And she said, "I would love for you to enter." And then she called me a few times after that, and she finally talked me into it. So I go to Las Vegas, and with all these other lovely ladies, and I win. And I go, "No, I didn't win. I did win. I was the oldest lady there."
That's amazing.
By the way, I'm 78 years old. And what an experience. What an amazing experience. I met some of the most unbelievable women. I met a lady to this day. I talk to her almost every day. She's got 3 children born with blood diseases.
Mm.
They have to go for transfusions once a week.
Wow.
Okay, now you try being a mommy like that.
Oh, that's
Mhm.
hard.
And I said to her, I said, oh, I wished I could give blood, but I was born anemic. Okay.
Mm.
And I'm still anemic. And I said, oh my God, but I'll do anything. The first thing I did was send each one of them an outfit.
Wow.
So the next time they went for their blood transfusion, I mean, I met women like that. I mean, women that just blew your mind.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Yes.
I think our audience would love to see the sash and crown that you have. Would you mind showing
Oh,
them?
absolutely.
Yeah.
They're absolutely beautiful.
Let me get.
It's just absolutely amazing what she has done. It's such an inspiration for all of us.
There it is. Wow.
There it is.
It's a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful crown,
Wow.
and I'm very proud of it. And then this is my sash that I won. I'm a
Wow.
Classic Woman 2024-25, which I'm about to give up and crown someone else.
Mhm.
And then this meant so much to me. I cried when I won this. This is your Classic Woman's People's Choice, which really warmed my heart. I could not believe this, that I had won the People's Choice. So it's been a wonderful brain.
Yeah.
Oh, and I have met so many wonderful women with real purpose, in every walk of life.
Yes.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
Now, my question for you, for those either on the spectrum, those that are bound to wheelchair, any disability that you may have, what is it about fashion that expresses your own unique identity, disability or not?
Oh, wow. Well, I feel, whether you've got a walker, whether you're in a wheelchair,
Mm-hmm.
a cane, um, of course, I deal mostly with women.
Yes.
Okay. Mind you, I've been asked to open a men's store, but I said, no, I think I'm done. Okay, kids, ladies,
Yeah.
But believe it or not, before my daughter passed on, she opened the men's store.
Really?
She had the men's store, and you should have seen the stuff she had. Oh my God, she was a natural. And she came to me after my son passed away and said, Mommy, can I open a men's store? And of course I said yes. And wow, she had the most amazing men's stuff you ever saw. But to get back to your question, um, I feel that fashion, I know with me,
Mm-hmm.
to me, whether you're incapacitated or whatever it is, it makes me feel good. And I think a person in a wheelchair or the walker or the cane or whatever. I see ladies like this, by the way, every day in my store.
Mm-hmm.
I have ladies that come in that are 80, 85, 81. They're still driving. Yes, they do come in. They got the walker, they got the cane. And I mean, it blows my mind, but they're still dressing because it makes them feel good.
Yes.
And I know I just had surgery recently myself with my arm. And trust me, it has been a challenge to get dressed. But I tell you, I've gone through every bit of pain and everything because I thought, this is who I am. I am not going to be anybody else right now because I've had surgery and I have pain.
Mm-hmm.
This is me. And I think that's so important that people remember that do become incapacitated as far as whether it be, like I say, that wheelchair, that cane, that walker, or that age.
Mm-hmm.
when I ask women that come into my store, when they say, and I've heard this more than once, oh, I can't wear anything in here. And I go, honey, why not? And they go, do you know how old I am? I go, no, dear, I don't. How old are you? And they'll always say younger than me, okay?
Mhm.
And they'll go, I'm 65, I'm 71, I'm 70. I go, I'm 78. And I wear everything in here, and it all makes me feel great.
Yes.
Put it on and see.
Wow. Now, being 56 years old, the first fashion I remember were the bell bottoms, the from the early 70s.
Yes.
What was your favorite trend of change in the last, say, 45 years you've been in business?
Well, everything was then as now. You know,
Right.
bell
Yes.
bottoms, the whole 9 yards is
Mhm.
all back.
Yeah.
I must admit, when I was young, cute, skinny, I had long hair down
Yeah.
to here. I loved everything mini. You know, I loved the mini
Mhm.
skirts, you
I
know.
remember them.
Yeah, and all that kind of good stuff. But I always maintain there's an old soul in here somewhere, because if it was up to me, gloves would be back,
Yeah. Mhm.
hats would be back, and a woman dressing elegant and gorgeous
Yes.
would be all back in style.
Mhm. It's kind of funny. The other day I was watching, I binge watched a show called Project Runway Junior.
Yes,
Mm.
Junior, when the kids had to do it.
yes.
Yeah.
The admiration they had for 1920s and 30s
Yes.
fashion was so amazing.
Amazing.
You wouldn't think that from a 14, 13-year-old.
I know.
And it really shows this day.
Absolutely. I think I was born in the wrong era sometime, because I love the fashions from them. You know, a woman just looks so elegant, and oh, I love it.
Then the men had even like this. My father had a zoot suit that I always admired.
What's that?
Yeah, and a man in a suit and a man dressed. I love it.
Yeah.
Oh, and I love beautiful shoes on a man.
Yeah, wingtips.
Oh, beautiful leather shoes. My grandfather was a shoemaker.
Okay.
And yes, from Italy.
Oh.
And I learned at a very young age, let me tell you, we never wore plastic shoes or clogs or anything rubbery. We wore leather.
Yes.
And let me tell you, it someday, I probably won't live to see it. It's going to be a problem, because young people that come into my store, especially the little girls that are used to wearing the little rubber shoes, the clogs, when the mom brings them in to buy them a pair of dress shoes that they've got to feel around the ankle, and they got a little strap and all of that, they all complain. They say they hurt. And I say to the mother, do you know why they hurt? Because their little foot is pushing around in that little clog. There's no restraint, nothing. And that is what they're used to wearing 99% of the time. It's the truth of the matter. I see it every single day.
Wow.
Mhm.
Now, we normally ask all of our guests that are on our show one final question.
Yes.
The biggest question or most important question. As you know, our group is called Hurdle. Our question to you is, what is the biggest hurdle you have had to overcome or are still overcoming to this day? If that's grief, business, anything, what could that be?
Grief never leaves you. Never. You've got all your holidays, and I'm a huge holiday person. I love Christmas and Easter, and we celebrated that so big with my parents, okay? And consequently, as a mom, and my kids, they knew you got dressed up at Christmas and Easter, you went to church and you sat down and you had a beautiful meal, and mommy set the table beautifully, and so do I still to this day. And then their birthdays. And it doesn't go away. I don't care what anybody says. It doesn't go away. You love them forever. you know, and the tiniest little thing sometimes will happen, and I'll say, "Oh my God, that was Andrew Cody," or "That
Yeah.
was Shanda,"
Mhm.
you know, and it's amazing how many young ladies I try to turn into my daughter, you know, or my son, you know,
Mm-hmm.
and it's the way it is. I mean, that has been a huge hurdle. But another one is dealing with our society right now.
Mm-hmm.
I was always a giver, not just now. And I don't expect anything in return. That is not who I am. But of recent, what I've really noticed is I get hurt so easily.
Yes.
People
Yeah.
disrespect me. I don't know why I didn't notice it before, but I do a lot of things. I mean, you don't have to put my name up on Facebook or anything like that, but my God, say thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Liz, thank you. You know, or anything. I find there's so much disrespect in this world right now.
Yeah.
And it's so I actually had to cry first thing this morning. And I was telling my girl that works for me, I said, somebody that I just love hurt me so badly. I said this weekend, and I know she doesn't know. I said, but you post 16 pictures of yourself and something I gave you, and you say nothing. I'm in business, number one. But number two, she knows how much I love her. And you mention everybody else but me. 16 great big colored pictures.
Yeah.
Mm.
And it hurt me. I cried. I definitely cried. It really, really, really hurt me. And I notice people are doing that more and more,
Yeah.
you know? And I treat everybody the same
Yeah.
that walks in this front door.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care what they look like or what they have on or what they don't have on, you know? And somebody's coughing or sneezing, I say, "Do you need a water?" You know? Or I say, "I got chocolates up at the front counter, you know? Come and have a chocolate with me," you know, or something like that.
Yeah.
But I want the world to turn itself around again.
Yeah.
I really do.
And that's one thing I really want to stress out to the nation as a whole. And I'm going to go on a little rant right here. People are afraid these days to look weak, and they think they look weak by saying I'm sorry. They think they look weak by saying I was wrong. They think that it's wrong to show emotion, and it's such a show of strength to show emotion, but people don't understand that. They see social media, they see everybody happy all the time. They're afraid to say, "Hey, I'm sorry, I was wrong for this. I'm sorry for that." And if all we could do, even to one person every day, if we say something wrong, just to say I'm sorry, then the world would be such a most wonderful place. Hurt never helps. Hurt never helps.
No, thank you, Miss Liz, for being here, and I really do appreciate all that you do
Oh,
and
thank you.
everything that you're manifesting, even nowadays, because you've been here in Winter Park for over 45 years.
Yes, sir.
That's really something,
Mhm.
and it's still keep going strong.
Mhm.
Wow, God bless you. God
Thank
bless
you
you.
so
Yes.
much. God bless you.
God
Yes,
bless you
thank
very much.
You. It's such a blessing that I met you.
Thank you. Yes. And yeah, for those of you guys that don't know, shout out to Sean Roberts, the producer and director of AMRAC. Miss Liz and I met on a movie set called Spotlight in the Darkness, and with all of her great compassion and generosity, she was able to lend out her own home for a spot for filming a few scenes. So thank you for doing that as
You're
well.
welcome.
Yeah.
It's
And
my pleasure.
and like I said, for all of you out there who want to come look your absolute finest, come down to BeBe's in Winter Park. It's the
It
most BeBe's, excuse me. Sorry, it's the
Whoops.
most beautiful boutique I think I've ever seen. It really is.
Thank
Okay.
you. Thank you, guys.
We would like to thank you all for joining us. As always, please remember to like, subscribe, and hit notification buttons for us. Thank you very much, Liz. This has been an absolute
so well.
joy. And anything we can do for you as a company, please feel free to reach out.
The feeling is real.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Catch you guys next time.